go any further, I need you to pause, breathe, and ask yourself a question you've probably ignored for far too long. What if the version of you standing here today is not the same person who entered the storm? What if the chaos you survived wasn't meant to break you, but to awaken something powerful inside you, something you've only begun to understand? You see, there comes a point in your spiritual journey when the signs around you stop whispering and start speaking with clarity. A point where the weight you once carried no longer crushes you because your spirit has grown stronger than the battles designed to stop you. A point where you look at your life and realize something has shifted. You're not confused anymore. You're connected. You're not seeking answers anymore. You're becoming one. And if you've been feeling a strange calm, a new confidence, a silent knowing rising inside you, you're not imagining it. That is the universe signaling that your awakening has reached its completion. You're stepping out of survival mode and stepping into spiritual power. You're not waking up anymore. You're rising fully, boldly, intentionally, and now it's time to use your gifts. The first sign that your spiritual awakening is complete is when your battles no longer shake you the way they once did, but instead begin to shape you in the early stages of awakening. Every challenge feels like a personal attack. Every disappointment feels like a revelation that breaks you. Every spiritual battle feels like something designed to destroy you. But there comes a point in your journey where the same battles that once overwhelmed you now reveal your strength, your resilience, and the authority you've been developing without realizing it. This is the moment when the storm still comes, but your spirit doesn't tremble. The waves still rise, but you don't feel like drowning. What used to send you into fear or confusion now forces you into clarity. What once felt like chaos now feels like confirmation that you're being forged, refined, and elevated. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly, quietly, through every test you've survived, every heartbreak you've outgrown, and every spiritual attack that failed to break you. It's the moments where you look back and realize the things that once crushed you now barely move you. Not because you're numb, but because you're stronger, wiser, and spiritually grounded. When your awakening reaches this level, battles stop feeling personal. You stop asking, why me? And begin asking, what is this trying to teach me? You no longer react from your emotions. You respond from your spirit. You start noticing how every challenge exposes a new layer of your power, a power you didn't even know you had access to until life forced you to rise. Suddenly, the pressure that once suffocated you now feels like preparation. You begin to understand that spiritual warfare is not a sign of weakness, but evidence of your calling. The stronger the attack, the greater the destiny attached to your life. And instead of collapsing under the weight of these challenges, You rise with a new sense of authority because you finally see them for what they truly are: lessons, signals, and pathways to your next level. This is the moment when you no longer interpret pain as punishment. You see it as sculpting. You recognize the hand of divine shaping in situations that once felt like abandonment. You stop clinging to comfort because you realize growth only happens in discomfort. When your awakening is complete, your perspective shifts from survival to mastery. You begin to see that nothing in your life has been random. Every loss, every betrayal, every moment of confusion has been part of a divine curriculum designed to awaken the spiritual power within you. And when this realization hits your spirit, your battles lose the ability to intimidate you because you see beyond the moment. You understand that storms are temporary, but the strength they build in you is permanent. Then something even deeper happens. You start recognizing patterns. You see how the same tests come back, not because you're failing, but because you're leveling up. You see how people fall away not because you're unworthy, but because your spirit has graduated to a frequency they no longer match. You see how conflicts no longer drain you because you've learned how to conserve your energy, protect your peace, and choose silence over chaos. You stop reacting to every spiritual disturbance and start observing it with the wisdom of someone who has already overcome it on the inside. This is the sign that your awakening has matured. You don't fear the battle because you know who fights for you. You don't crumble under pressure because you know pressure reveals purpose. You don't get lost in confusion because clarity now flows from within. Your awakening has moved you from being shaken by life to being shaped by it. And now you are no longer a victim of circumstances, but a master of perspective. You walk through storms with a steadiness that others can't explain because they can't see the spiritual evolution happening inside you. You become unshakable, not because life gets easier, but because your spirit gets stronger, wiser, and more aligned. This is the moment where your awakening shifts from awakening to authority. And you realize you are not just surviving your battles, you are being transformed by them. The second sign that your spiritual awakening has reached its completion is when your discernment becomes razor sharp, almost instinctual, as if your spirit has developed its own language that speaks louder than any human voice around you. In the beginning of your journey, everything feels confusing. You question people's intentions. You second guess your own intuition. And you struggle to differentiate between your emotions and your spirit. But as you grow, something begins to shift. You start seeing things for what they truly are, not for how they appear. You begin recognizing energy before you recognize behavior. You can hear the truth behind someone's tone, feel the motive behind someone's smile, and sense the danger hidden behind someone's kindness. Discernment becomes your silent shield, guarding you from distractions, deception, and detours that once had the power to break you. This level of clarity doesn't come easily. It is born through your pain, your losses, and the patterns you've endured. When you've been betrayed enough times, you learn to feel the shift before the betrayal happens. When you've been drained by the wrong people, you learn to sense a leech before they reach your life. When you've wasted years investing in the wrong environments, you learn to recognize instantly whether a space is meant for you or meant to teach you. Discernment becomes spiritual instinct. You don't need confirmations, signs, or explanations, because your spirit sends you signals faster than your mind can process them. You become sensitive to the unseen, not in a fearful way, but in a way that empowers you to move with wisdom, boundaries, and spiritual intelligence. As your awakening matures, your discernment becomes the compass that guides your decisions, your connections, and your path. You start recognizing who is for you and who is sent to distract you. You start separating people who care about your soul from people who care about your usefulness. You no longer tolerate emotional manipulation, half-truths, or fake loyalty, because you can see right through it. You feel misalignment before it becomes conflict. You feel dishonesty before it becomes betrayal. You feel spiritual warfare before it becomes chaos. And this inner knowing saves you from battles that are not yours to fight and people who are not meant to walk with you. There comes a moment where you realize discernment is not suspicion, it is protection. It is not paranoia, it is spiritual maturity. You don't assume the worst about people, but your spirit no longer allows you to ignore what you've already felt. Your inner voice becomes louder than external influence, louder than temptation, louder than the noise of the world. You trust your intuition in a way you never could before. You understand that your discernment is divine, a tool given to you so you can navigate life with purpose and avoid the traps that once delayed you. You stop justifying people's actions because you can sense the truth behind their behavior long before it manifests. You stop giving second chances to energy that already revealed its true nature. Your clarity becomes uncomfortable for others. People who once could manipulate you now find no access point. People who once could distract you now feel your distance. People who once could play on your empathy now feel your boundaries. Discernment sharpens you, strengthens you, and elevates the standard of who and what you allow into your life. Suddenly, you no longer walk into situations blind. You enter every space spiritually aware. You don't need to see everything to understand it. You can feel it. You don't need to be told the truth because the truth already hit your spirit. You don't chase after answers because the answers rise within you. And the most powerful part is this: discernment brings peace. It silences confusion, ends cycles, and clarifies your path. It teaches you when to stay, when to walk away, when to wait, and when to move. It protects your purpose from premature exposure. It shields your heart from unnecessary wounds. It guards your spirit from energy that would dim your light. When your discernment becomes this sharp, it is proof that your awakening is complete, because you are no longer living through your physical senses alone, but through a higher understanding that guides every step with divine wisdom. The third sign that your spiritual awakening is complete is when you no longer chase signs, confirmations, or external validation, but instead you begin to notice that signs themselves start following you. In the early stages of awakening, you search for meaning in everything. You look for numbers, dreams, symbols, messages, prophetic moments, and small confirmations to reassure you that you're on the right path. You ask for signs because your spirit is still learning how to trust itself. You rely on external reassurance because the inner voice within you is still developing the strength and clarity to guide you. But as you grow, as you heal, and as you align with your higher identity, something changes. You stop looking outward for confirmation because you finally learn to trust the alignment happening within you. There comes a moment where you realize that you don't need to seek signs anymore because you have become the sign. Your thoughts, your intentions, and your energy begin aligning so strongly with your purpose that the universe responds to you without you asking. You think of a direction and doors open. You release something that no longer serves you, and new blessings arrive. Opportunities start coming your way. People show up at the right time. Answers appear without effort, and moments of divine alignment increase. You are no longer searching for proof that you are guided. You can see it unfolding around you. The right things flow to you because your spirit has reached a frequency where manifestation and spiritual timing work in harmony with your path. This shift doesn't happen suddenly. It grows quietly over time as you learn to operate from faith rather than fear. When you stop doubting your intuition, you stop begging for external signs. When you stop questioning your worth, you stop seeking reassurance from others. When you stop praying out of desperation and start praying out of alignment, you gain a peace that makes signs unnecessary. And that peace changes everything. It stabilizes your emotions, strengthens your identity, and clears your path. You begin walking with a confidence that whispers, I am exactly where I'm meant to be. You don't need signs to prove it because your spirit already knows. This is when signs start following you. You think of a person and they call you, you dream of something and it manifests. You feel a shift within and your outer world reflects it. You stop chasing outcomes because outcomes naturally align with your inner clarity. You notice repeated numbers not because you were looking for them, but because your energy is synced with divine timing. You experience synchronicities not because you're trying to interpret the universe, but because the universe is responding to your elevated state. Signs become less about searching and more about confirming what your spirit already understands. As your awakening completes, you begin to realize that the greatest sign of all is not in the numbers, the dreams, or the messages. It's in the state of alignment that your spirit lives in. Signs are no longer whispers of reassurance. They are reflections of your spiritual maturity. You don't need to ask, is this meant for me? Because you can feel whether something resonates with your soul. You don't plead for clarity because clarity flows naturally. You don't chase purpose because purpose calls you forward. You no longer interpret signs as rare miracles. They become your spiritual language, the way the universe converses with those who are aligned. This level of alignment creates movement in your life that others can't explain. They see opportunities appearing for you, blessings unfolding around you, breakthroughs happening with ease. But what they don't see is the spiritual work, the transformation, the inner alignment that made those signs follow you. They don't see the moments you surrendered your fears, the nights you turned your pain into wisdom, the days you learned to trust your inner voice over the noise around you. But all of that work built a spiritual foundation that now attracts signs instead of chasing them. When your awakening is complete, you realize that signs are no longer needed as proof. They become the natural echo of your alignment, showing you that your spirit is no longer searching, it is leading. The fourth sign that your spiritual awakening has reached its completion is when emotional detachment becomes natural to you. Not as an act of coldness, not as a wall of indifference, but as a form of spiritual maturity that allows you to protect your peace without guilt. In the beginning of your journey, you may have felt deeply attached to people, situations, and outcomes. You held on tightly to relationships that drained you, to environments that no longer reflected your growth, and to cycles that did more harm than good. You believed letting go meant losing something important. You believed releasing people meant failure. You believed detaching from certain experiences meant you were giving up. But as your soul evolves, you begin to understand that detachment is not abandonment, it is alignment. It is the quiet recognition that what no longer serves your growth cannot stay connected to your spirit. Emotional detachment doesn't happen from a place of bitterness. It comes from clarity. You start seeing the patterns in your life that were born from holding on too long. You remember how many times you stayed in situations where your soul was shrinking just because you didn't want to hurt anyone. You recall how often you drained yourself trying to prove your loyalty to people who didn't value your presence. You think back to the emotional weight you carried by giving chances to cycles that kept repeating themselves. And in that reflection, something inside you shifts. You understand that your peace is a calling, not a luxury. You understand that your well-being is a responsibility, not an option. You understand that your spiritual growth cannot coexist with emotional entanglements that keep you in low frequency spaces. As your awakening matures, you begin releasing without resisting. You stop chasing closure because you don't need it to move forward. You stop explaining yourself because you no longer seek approval. You stop trying to convince people to understand you because your spirit knows that not everyone is meant to walk with you into your next season. Your detachment comes from a quiet, steady confidence that what is meant for you will never require you to beg for its presence. You let people go with peace because you finally understand that their exit is part of your evolution. You let situations end without forcing them to continue because your spirit knows endings are also beginnings wrapped in disguise. This emotional detachment also shows in how you respond to conflict. Where you once reacted with anger, fear, or emotional outbursts, you now respond with calmness. You choose silence instead of arguments. You choose distance instead of drama. You choose to protect your energy instead of proving your point. You no longer need to win every battle because you realize not every battle is meant for you. Your spirit becomes still, grounded, and centered even when chaos tries to find you. You no longer attach your identity to the expectations of others. You no longer tie your worth to how people treat you. You no longer cling to relationships out of fear of loneliness because you've learned how to be whole within yourself. And then something powerful happens. You start attracting differently. The more detached you become from what drains you, the more aligned you become with what nourishes you. Peaceful people feel drawn to you. Spiritually grounded connections find you. Opportunities that match your new level of maturity open up. Environments that once intimidated you now feel like home. You stop walking into rooms seeking acceptance and start entering with the presence of someone who knows their value. You don't detach to push people away. You detach to make room for the divine connections, the soul, aligned relationships, and the purpose-filled experiences that are waiting for you. This detachment also shifts the way you view you yourself. You no longer punish yourself for mistakes. You no longer tie your self-worth to failures. You no longer cling to shame or guilt from the past. You release old identities because your spirit finally understands that you are not who you were. You are who you are becoming. Emotional detachment becomes the bridge that carries you from your old self into your awakened self. It frees you from the weight of expectations, the chains of emotional dependency, and the cycles that have kept you spiritually stagnant. When detachment becomes natural, it is not a sign of emotional coldness. It is evidence of spiritual evolution. It means your heart is no longer held hostage by fear. It means your mind is no longer enslaved by anxiety. It means your spirit has risen high enough to recognize what aligns and what drains. You no longer cling, you choose. You no longer beg, you receive. You no longer attach out of fear, you connect out of truth. This is the moment your awakening becomes complete, because you finally understand that letting go is not losing. It is making room for what is divinely yours. The fifth sign that your spiritual awakening is complete is when you begin receiving spiritual assignments Those deep inner callings, nudges, and responsibilities that come without warning yet carry a weight you can't ignore. In the early stages of awakening, you spend a lot of time searching for purpose. You wonder why you're here, what you're meant to do, what role you play in this world, and how your soul fits into the bigger picture. But as your awakening matures, purpose stops being a question and starts becoming an instruction. You no longer chase your calling because your calling begins chasing you. You wake up with ideas that feel too heavy to be random. You sense directions that feel too precise to be coincidences. You feel pulled toward actions, missions, and decisions that don't come from your mind. They rise from your spirit. These assignments often begin subtly. You may feel suddenly compelled to help someone in a way you never have before. Or you may feel an unexplainable push to step into a new environment, career path, or conversation that aligns with a deeper purpose you're just beginning to understand. You start receiving visions or ideas that won't leave you alone. Messages that keep returning in dreams, thoughts that replay like gentle instructions from a higher realm. It's no longer about what you want to do, it's about what your soul is ready for. You begin to recognize that these assignments are not coming from desire, but from destiny. They carry a clarity that cuts through confusion and a weight that demands action. As your awakening deepens, your spirit becomes ready for tasks you once felt unqualified for. You realize that everything you survived, the heartbreaks, betrayals, losses, spiritual battles, and personal transformations, prepared you for this exact moment. These assignments come to you because your spirit is mature enough to handle them. They appear because you've reached a level where fear can no longer stop you, where doubt can no longer rule you, and where insecurity can no longer silence your gifts. You step into responsibilities you once would have avoided because you know they're connected to your divine purpose. Receiving spiritual assignments also means you begin noticing how your presence impacts people. You speak and others feel comfort. You move and others feel inspired. You share your story and people find healing. You don't force influence. Your energy naturally transforms spaces. You attract people who need guidance, strength, or encouragement, not because you're trying to help everyone, but because your spirit has become a beacon. Your life experiences become lessons for others. Your pain becomes a map. Your transformation becomes a testimony. And you begin realizing that your journey was never just about you. It was preparing you to carry something bigger, something that extends beyond your personal life and touches the lives of those around you. Sometimes these assignments come with discomfort. They may require you to step into leadership when you'd rather stay hidden. They may push you to leave old habits, toxic environments, or relationships that no longer support your growth. They may instruct you to speak when you'd rather stay silent, or to move when you'd rather remain still. They may call you into solitude for a season so your spirit can prepare for the next. These assignments stretch you, challenge you, and elevate you. They don't come because you are perfect. They come because you are prepared. As your awakening matures, you begin trusting these assignments instead of questioning them. You no longer ask, why me? Because your soul already knows the answer. You start saying yes to things that align with your purpose, even when you don't fully understand them. You step into opportunities with courage because your spirit confirms they are meant for you. You choose growth over comfort because you recognize that divine instruction always leads you to transformation. Receiving spiritual assignments is one of the most powerful signs that your awakening is complete, because it proves you have transitioned from student to vessel. You're no longer simply learning spiritual truth. You're living it. You're embodying it. You're carrying it. You're using your gifts to impact the world in ways you never imagined. It means your spirit has reached a level of readiness where the divine can trust you with purpose, trust you with influence, trust you with responsibility, and trust you with the next chapter of your destiny. You are no longer wandering. You are being directed. You are no longer waiting. You are being positioned. And you are no longer asking for purpose. You are walking in it. The sixth sign that your spiritual awakening is complete is when your old identity dissolves and your divine identity finally awakens. In the beginning of your spiritual journey, you carry layers of who you were taught to be, who you pretended to be, who others expected you to be, and who your past shaped you into. You walk through life holding on to versions of yourself that were built from pain, fear, trauma, insecurity, or survival. But as your awakening matures, these layers begin to fall away. Not suddenly, but gradually, like a shedding. You begin realizing that the identity you once protected so fiercely was never truly yours. It was merely an echo of experiences, a reflection of other people's opinions, a mask you wore to feel safe, accepted, or understood. Your awakening dismantles this false identity piece by piece until only the truth remains. There comes a moment where the things you used to desire no longer call you. The habits you once relied on feel foreign. The relationships you once clung to feel too small for the version of you that is emerging. The places where you once fit no longer match your frequency. You start noticing that the old you is fading, not because you forced it, but because you outgrew it. Your spirit begins to reject anything that contradicts your authentic self. Your soul starts guiding you away from roles you played out of fear and into roles you were birthed to carry. You feel a quiet but powerful shift inside you, a sense that who you used to be has completed its chapter and who you truly are is now stepping forward. This transformation can feel uncomfortable because losing an old identity feels like losing familiarity. You may feel the distance growing between you and people who still expect you to show up as your old self. You may feel misunderstood by those who want you to remain who you were because your growth challenges their comfort. You may experience moments of loneliness because awakening often requires walking away from environments that cannot hold your new frequency. But in the midst of this discomfort, you begin feeling something deeper. Freedom. Freedom from pretending. Freedom from shrinking. Freedom from living according to expectations that suffocated your spirit. Freedom from guilt when choosing yourself becomes necessary. Freedom from the voices in your mind that once whispered doubt, shame, or fear. As your old identity dissolves, your divine identity emerges, and with it comes clarity. You begin recognizing your spiritual gifts, your calling, and your purpose with a confidence you never had before. You understand your worth, not because someone validated you, but because your spirit confirms it. You carry yourself differently because you finally know who you are. You stop settling for less because you now understand the weight of your assignment. You no longer attach yourself to roles or labels. You attach yourself to truth. This divine identity brings a sense of alignment that feels like returning home after being lost for years. You feel grounded, intentional, and clear. The confusion that once clouded your decisions lifts, and your spirit becomes your compass. This shift also influences how you show up in the world. You speak with more authority because you're no longer speaking from wounds, but from wisdom. You love with more purity because you're no longer loving from emptiness, but from overflow. You move with more purpose because you're no longer acting from fear, but from destiny. People begin noticing this change even if they can't explain it. They see the glow, the confidence, the calmness, the inner strength, the way your energy fills a room. What they are witnessing is your divine identity taking its rightful place. As this identity awakens, you also stop hiding the parts of yourself you once buried. You embrace your sensitivity, your intuition, your creativity, your power, your calling, and your voice. You're no longer afraid to speak truth, even if others don't understand it. You're no longer afraid to stand alone because alignment matters more than approval. You're no longer afraid to start over because your spirit knows starting over does not mean losing. It means rising into the next version of yourself. This is when you know your awakening is complete. When you stop clinging to who you were and fully step into who you were designed to be. You no longer walk in the world as a broken version of yourself trying to heal. You walk as a restored, awakened, spiritually empowered being who understands their mission, honors their growth, and lives with purpose. You no longer move like someone trying to find themselves. You move like someone who has finally become themselves. When you put all of these signs together, you begin to see that your spiritual awakening was never meant to leave you wandering. It was meant to bring you home to yourself. Every battle that shaped you, every moment of clarity that sharpened you, every sign that followed you, every detachment that strengthened you, every assignment that called you, and every identity shift that awakened you has been part of a divine preparation. You didn't go through all of this just to become aware. You went through it to become empowered. Your awakening is not ending, it is evolving. It's shifting you from awakening into activation, from searching into stepping forward, from learning to walking in your spiritual authority. You are no longer who you were. You are no longer the version of yourself that doubted, feared, hesitated, or questioned your worth. You have risen into someone aligned, someone called, someone chosen, someone ready. Now is the time to use the power that has been sleeping inside you. Now is the time to speak with confidence, move with purpose, choose with clarity, and walk with spiritual authority. Your awakening is no longer a process you're trying to understand. It's a reality you're finally living. And as you step into this next chapter, may you remember that everything you survived was preparing you for the power you're about to carry. You are stepping into a season where you will move differently, think differently, love differently, decide differently, and shine differently. Because now, you're not operating from the old self. You're operating from your divine self. And that changes everything. Good luck as you step boldly into your next level. Thank you for allowing this message to guide your spirit, strengthen your purpose, and awaken your power. May your path be protected, your steps be guided, and your journey be blessed as you rise into everything you were always meant to become.